When I first started self-improvement, I thought that I was going to make a lot of friends and grow with them. And as I got more and more developed in my improvement, I realized that that's just not the case. Because as you improve, as you get serious into self-improvement, as you start achieving your goals and building the discipline and building consistency and habits, you realize that there's not a lot of people that have your mindset. There's not a lot of people that you can actually truly relate to, that have problems that you can actually relate to. So as you progress through your self-improvement journey, you'll notice there's not a lot of people like you, and you become more and more lonely as you progress. And then you speak to people and you're like, it just doesn't, a lot of the things they say just doesn't make sense to you. It's like, it's hard for me to explain, but it's like they'll put the blame on external factors consistently, like all the time. They'll say, oh, I want to do this. I really want to try this and that. And then they'll say, but I can't because of this, but I can't because of that. And then a lot of the times they'll just complain about their lives the whole time, complain about why they're not making money. They'll complain about their bosses, their managers. They'll complain about the drivers on the way home. And it's like, I don't want to be a part of that negativity. That negativity doesn't help me. And it doesn't help you either. Yet a lot of people, they speak like that because that's how a lot of society is. That's just how it is. If they experience, a bad driver on the way home, they're probably going to complain about it. And personally, I just don't like to be around that negativity. So when I was in school, after school every day, I would go with a few friends, and we'd just hang out. We'd go out and we'd work out because we were still getting into like fitness and self-improvement. It was self-improvement. At the time, I didn't really think of it that way, but it was because I was getting into fitness. And we'd go out and work out, and then we'd eat like McDonald's, Burger King, or junk food, which I was still losing a lot of weight doing that. It was just, I was eating garbage. My acne was horrible. At the time, it was horrible. And I used that as an excuse. Like, I used me bulking as an excuse to really eat anything because I was working out. So it wasn't as bad. And you can actually still put on a pretty good bulk, even eating all that garbage, but don't do it. Just meat, vegetables, fruit. Just eat that and go on a bulk. You'll be so much healthier and better off doing that. And even better, keto or carnivore, one of those two. And that'll make your bulk so much healthier for your heart, for everything, physical health, your mental clarity, all that. And I made a video about that before. You can check it out in the rest of my channel. If you look at my last video, I had people literally call me crazy because I got mad. Not mad, but, well, yeah, I was mad. I was pissed off at myself that I had a Smoothie King, like the extra large, like the biggest size you could get. I had the largest size, and that thing had at least 1,000 calories. Of course, I'm going to be mad, or at least unsatisfied with myself because I know I could do better, right? And they're calling me crazy because I made a video about that, because I guess that seems crazy to most people, that I got mad at myself for having a Smoothie King smoothie that had 1,000 calories. I guess that's crazy. But for me, it's not. For most people, yeah, maybe it seems crazy. For me, that's the amount of discipline I've built up. That something as small as that, to me, that's huge. To me, eating 1,000 calories in one sitting, and then like a smoothie, and it's not the calories that bothered me as much as eating 100 grams of carbs when I was supposed to only eat 50 and for the entire day. That's the thing that I was angry about. And I made a video about it and how to react to it and how to better yourself from it. So the amount of discipline I have seems crazy to most people. That's the point where I'm at now, where it's like there's no one there's not no one, but very few people that I can relate to. There's not a lot of people I can relate to. with the same mindset or a better mindset that I have. So things like that are a big deal to me. For other people, it seems like nothing because they eat literal garbage. So it's like, oh, you had a smoothie. There's no problem with eating a smoothie. And it's like, yes, there is. It had twice the amount of carbs I should eat in a day. If I had a smoothie, like I eat smoothies every day. So in the morning I make like a protein smoothie, whatever. That's different than getting the largest size, spending $17 that I didn't need to spend on a smoothie that had 1,000 calories, that had like chocolate, peanut butter, and a bunch of other stuff. And then they were trying to call me crazy for eating that. And it's like, okay, for you it might not be crazy because you eat garbage. So eating a smoothie is like, for you it's healthy. For me, I'm at a point where it's slowing me down. Right now, most people my age, they play video games, they eat garbage, they smoke, they work out. I'd say most of them people my age work out actually, right? But if you take all those other things, it's like I'm ahead of 90% of those people. Like literally, if you ask most people my age, like I take a cold shower every day, I meditate, journal, work out, run, and of course I'm not perfectly consistent, but I'm pretty close. And even though I'm just now getting those things consistent, over time when I do them over and over and over for the next few years, it's going to make a huge difference. It already is making a big difference, but over time it compounds and it's going to make an even bigger difference. If I stay consistent and build more discipline and work on getting consistent and work on all the 5 aspects, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional, intellectually, if I work on all those things, I will get to the top 1%. Right now, I'm probably somewhere between the top 10% and the top 1%. I'm in that range. Soon enough, I'll be in the top 1% in all those aspects. So, of course, I have some aspects that are ahead of others. Like my physical is probably ahead of my financial. My spiritual is probably lacking a little bit behind like my financial. Okay, all those things are in different ranges, but if you took the average of all those, I'm in the top 10%. And if I keep going, I'm going to be in the top 1%. And with that being said, I want to help you get to the top 1%. My name's Justin, and remember, you deserve the consequences of your actions.